Hey everybody, welcome to the next video. This video is going to be a basically commentary over a game that I played, but unfortunately I wasn't recording it, so all I have is the replay of it. But I'm just going to be explaining stuff as it goes on, trying to not pause very often while explaining. And yeah, got a Zoe Pentakill this game, and I just wanted to explain maybe stuff more in depth rather than just playing, because I figured it might be pretty good for an educational video. So we're playing versus Twist Fate this game. Not sure what he even started with. When I played this game, normally TF start with E, but I'm not really sure. For Zoe, normally most Zoes will always use Q on the wave early on to try to get level 2, or to shove the person underneath tower. As you can see, he's here. I'm going to start fishing for some Qs like towards him. You see I kind of walk towards his side. I used it on the wave though because he's not stepping up or anything, so I can't really use it on him. Get the first push here, and then I'm going to look for him under tower here. Just he dodges it by sidestepping, and I weave an auto attack in between a tower shot there. Using your empowered auto attacks whenever they're going for creeps is a good way of poking. Right there I looked for him, another empowered auto attack. He's just stepping up too close. I'm trying to... When you're inside the highest of elos, you need to try to get advantages any way you can. And in my case, that's mostly through empowered auto attacks whenever I miss my Q. So I'll hide this scoreboard for now. So now you guys see like who's on which team, but we'll make that go away. Most of my Qs early on are short range Qs. Just throw it to the side that they're on. Right here, when I throw it backwards, it's not for a Q for him. It's for a Q for the wave. If you're trying to harass somebody, normally don't do long-range Qs. There is an item on the ground here. It's Prowler's Claw. I don't know why it doesn't show in the replay, but there was a Prowler's Claw, so I use it to get behind him and immediately all in. And as you can see, I can just kill him with just auto attacks and using some abilities here. So already, we got a solo kill. Just walk up with the Prowler's Claw. I use it to get myself behind him, and he walks into the wave. Now, my team's fighting inside the river, so I'm going to come join because they were actually pinging me. I turned off pings because it's very annoying to hear them during replays. And I just helped kill this guy. TF can't kill me or anything, so it's whatever. But inside that 1v1 versus TF, people really underestimate Zoe level 3 all-in. Even if I miss my abilities, how Zoe's passive works, which is whenever she uses an ability, she gets an empowered auto. That empowered auto gets applied to your W. Now, when you use a summoner spell, you know, you get those 3 little particles that are around you and they just come flying out at whoever you are fighting. Those actually get applied the damage, and your autos don't anymore. So even though I'm missing my abilities, I'm basically empowering my W damage on him when I missed the bubble when I was fighting him. So I Prowler Clawed, that gave me W. I used my E. Even though it missed, it empowers my W, so it just deals even more damage to him. And we're able to burn him off with Ignite and stuff, and I still had Flash that entire time as well. So, by the way, I also made it so there's Fog of War, so we don't know where the enemy is, so I can also talk about that. You can see our vision control is very good bot side, kind of playing towards that side. He's playing towards the top side because obviously Kindred is top side. Look at his positioning. It's obvious Kindred is up here, but I still look for a little bit of poke and then immediately back away. I have to burn Flash because I was like, I mean, she might be here, but I know that I won't die, but also I want to try to get as much of an advantage as I can. Right there, that was a good Q, by the way. A short-range Q. I threw it to the left, hit the minions and him for a small amount of damage, but we see Kindred is like a little bit below me here. Unfortunately, the camera doesn't see it, but yeah. Just trying to pressure. My CSing is actually not that good right now. You can see TF's actually in a better lead than I am in terms of CSing. So I have a Prowler's Claw this time. Now we can actually see it on the ground. Not sure why it shows up now. Looking for a Q here. I'm following with the Q, so I actually hit him with that, which was pretty good. Tried to look for a bubble, like, right on the edge, but wasn't able to land it. But mostly when you get ahead on Zoe, try to keep the opponent under tower constantly. I'm always pushing, trying to make it so I can, like, keep this advantage. Right here, I run away. And I die. I know that there's a chance that they can come behind me, but he and I both have no boots, and I have Time Warp Tonic. And I thought that I would be able to survive. Because Time Warp Tonic gives me movement speed, so we both are just as fast as each other, so he can never gold card me. So even though I was like, I might get ganked from this angle, I might be able to survive. I have Spellbook this game, by the way, so I'm actually going to swap it to TP here, so that's why I'm just standing here, so I can TP back mid. But, yeah. So I thought that I would live, but I can't in that scenario. Because the Kindred slowed me, so I got gold carded. So I thought that I would be able to survive even if I got ganked because there's no chance of him landing gold card on me. But clearly that's not the case. It's a mistake on my part. Clearly I was playing too far up and died because of it. This lane ward up here, this pink ward, doesn't help you. It doesn't. Kindred looped around it, so maybe I could have went for a deeper ward in river and that could have saved me. The lane ward allows you to get really good poke off, obviously, but that's about it. There's a fight happening bot side, so I'll try to move the camera because watching Zoe gameplay is sometimes kind of awkward. I try to land it on her, I mess up, miss up my abilities, but we'll just follow my character here because otherwise you can't see everything that Zoe does. She's backing, so I just go for her. She can't survive because I can just ignite her plus just auto attack. Not sure why I thought she was just going to run away, but she, I guess, doesn't have boots. So she just decided that it's too risky to do. And then we just head back mid lane. I started rotating bot side because we just shoved out mid lane, and my bot's trying to fight. As a mid laner, it's basically your role to join every single possible fight that you can. If you are able to get to a lane without dying. In some cases, let's say I'm versus Kiana and she has first move bot side and I see her move bot side, sometimes I cannot follow it because if I face check a Kiana, I will get one shot. But in that case, there was literally no one to stop me from roaming bot side, so I need to go, basically. The reason why I don't reset here is because my wave actually didn't fully crash. Normally, you only want to reset when a wave is fully crashed underneath tower, so that's what I'm doing here. I'm just fully crashing it. And then I see that these guys are fighting up here, so I try to join this fight once again. So I hit her with the bubble. This was a very unlucky play. Hit her with the Q, Proto Belt, killing her, and then my ultimate would have killed her here. But what happened was TF killed my Talon, which leveled her up, and she got a Triumph proc. So in a scenario that I should have killed her in, she survives. Very unlucky that that happened. Because I landed everything and used all my abilities basically the correct way. But regardless, we still were unable to kill just because unfortunately Talon barely died there. And she got the level up. So it was really unfortunate. Thought he was going to gold card me there, so I threw bubble at the same time. I'm pretty low, so I really need to reset. But I decide that I could probably still get this wave, so I decide to stay. Because he's not really pressuring me underneath tower here. And now I reset. Obviously, I'm really low, right? So I need to get my potions. I need to buy some items. I'm using Time Warp Tonic and base, and then walking backwards so it refreshes the potion. I always do that. You guys probably see inside my games, but yeah. So, for my general build path for Zoe as well, I almost always go for Ludens. I think Ludens is just the best. I really like the passive of Ludens, which is just extra magic pen. So I think that Ludens is the best item for Zoe. I really never go anything else unless I'm hard losing and can't afford it. If I can't afford a Ludens and I'm backed with enough for an Everfrost, I'll just buy it, probably. But otherwise, we're already doing good this game, so I was like, it's probably not necessary. Looking for a Q here. I threw it trying to predict his juke. I actually get hit by another tower shot here because there was Time Warp Tonic on him. I really wanted that plating, so not really the best of trades, but we did hit him with a Q. A lot of my Qs are predicting the movement of the player, right? I knew that, like, throwing a long-range Q, he's not just going to stand in the same spot versus me. Right here, I look for a bubble, land it, huge bubble, and then a big Q plus auto attack. So we got him super chunked here. And then I look for another Q, but unfortunately I can't land it. Walk out of tower aggro, so I don't get a tower shot as well. And as you can see, my CS isn't even doing that good, but that's okay because our pressure is really good. You don't need to be the best with CS. Of course, my CS could always be better, but that's alright. So I pick up Ignite here, and I think that I can kill. So I look for an Ignite plus Bubble, and then what I do is that when you Zhonya's, your Q lands perfectly as soon as the Zhonya's expires, but I made a mistake and did it too early. In every single scenario there, I should be getting a kill, and he made a mistake by using it, except for if I mistime it. So basically, that's all on me. Zhonya's does not protect you. Pool on Vladimir does not save you. The timer of how long they fall asleep for is actually too long to the point that your Q should always land, but I made a huge mistake here. And this huge mistake put us really, really far behind because they Rift Heralded mid and killed my Talon, who went over here. So I didn't get a kill. I died. We lost Rift Herald, or we lost our mid tower, and our Talon died. It was one of the biggest throws. I hit Rift Herald before it crashed there, so it didn't even get damage on it. So it was terrible. This isn't just a stomp game for me. This is a game that actually was pretty difficult, but I actually played it pretty well. I landed a lot of good abilities this game. So there was a Gale Force on the ground that Kindred used earlier, so I just picked that up. And I'm starting to head out looking for a kill somewhere. Maybe looking for some vision control as well. So there, I do have an opportunity to roam, or I can look for a kill. I think I roam top lane. I always try to go to wherever the jungler is, and as we can see, they're up here fighting. So I'm like, oh, okay. I'll just start rotating up. And then I'm like, okay, so they backed off and didn't dive. Let's go back mid. There's no reason for me to continue going topside here. Now TF port spot, so I immediately want to join the fight. Remember, like your job as a mid laner for many of the times is to join as many fights as possible. I have no way over this wall, so I just flash over to Gale Force. He flashes away, so I can't catch him anymore. It's really hard. I would have to land that bubble there, and that's not very easy to do. She's underneath tower, so I'm actually just going to flash underneath it. Even though I'm missing my abilities, I can just hit her with the bubble that's respawning. She was trying to kill me here. Sidestep the ulti because I know it's coming out, and then she goes for the kill. Otherwise, I would have killed her there. But with her being under tower alone, with me having a flash, I'm like, alright, I'm just going to use all my stuff under tower. She probably can't defend against it and kill me. It's pretty difficult to do. Even if she uses her own flash, she'll probably flash away. So that's completely fine to do. Basically, I'm trying to use as much limits as I can. I need to play to my champion's limits and go for kills that I know should be in my favor almost every single time. And sometimes those are the plays that are the hardest for people to improve on. If you were playing Zoe, would you have flashed under tower to kill Jinx there? Or would you say, alright, I'll look for a bubble or something and just back off? I knew that under tower, I can just go under tower with flash and walk out and probably still look for a kill that way. And that will actually force her to go on me. So look for a bubble here. This person's way too far up. Just go around her traps, hit her with an auto attack, and just follow her out and kill her with an auto. So Jinx really making a mistake of playing way too aggressive there. We're able to get a free pick on her because we land a bubble on her, and she's really far behind. Obviously, a fed Zoe should be able to kill squishies, especially a level 7 Jinx. So I think we are losing the game. I don't even know if I can open up... No, it's even. Yeah. As you can see, we're up like 300 gold. I think I look for bubble here. Yeah, okay, so Kindred comes over the wall. I look for bubble after she uses her Q, and then I actually get her with my R here, even though she flashed away. Whenever looking for bubbles and stuff, make sure that you're using it after the movement ability has been used. You never want to go for those plays when there's a movement ability up, you know? If I used it as soon as she showed up, she probably would have queued and my bubble would have been off. So, oh god, the minimap's gone. Alright. Anyways, my bad. Didn't make the minimap. Didn't mean for it to disappear there. Back to farming. Most of the kills, like, the game is just about basically looking at the map. Where's enemies? Where is our opportunity for me to join either a fight that's possible or pressure through pushing, or is there objective up that we can contest or do? Those are basically the only guidelines for solo queue. If Dragon's up, gonna come up, we should do something around it. If I think I swapped a cleanse here, by the way, because I remember this. This game was literally my last game. What happens is TF ports, I have cleanse available, so I just run away. Kai'Sa dies here because everybody's topside because we just saw them kill our top laner, so we know that they're up there. I get gold carded cleanse. I just pick up his Everfrost and just run away. Don't want to do anything here. But then what happens is I look for a bubble, lands on Thresh, and I'm able to follow it up with Talon. Just barely lands the Q, kills that guy. But then we can't do anything afterwards. There's a TP going off here, so the Trundle comes in. I have to run away. We can't join the fight anymore. All we could do is get that one pick and then immediately leave. They pop Rift Herald because they want to have it crash mid. I'm just looking to, like, maybe damage a little bit, but we're not going to be able to stop this Rift Herald. Sometimes you just have to allow the enemy to do whatever they want because you're kind of far behind. What happens here, though, is I land a lot of good abilities. Trundle steps up to get the tower, and I land Q plus Ignite him as he flashes away, and we kill that guy. Then for this guy, I just bubble him, and I just wait for the bubble to do its thing, make him fall asleep, and then we just kill that guy with the Q, which is very huge for us, because that guy is one of the most fed members on the team. Talon was very upset this game and saying that we should FF because Kindred kept on killing him inside the jungle. And now this is when I start getting really fed. As you can see, TF's even doing good this game as well. But yeah, they overextended for tower here. And all I had to do was just help damage them. And Trundle overextended, got hit by my bubble, got hit by my Q because my Q deals a little bit of AoE damage. And when I used it on creeps, it also hit him there. So that was just a huge mistake by him. I just got a free kill, and then whatever happened over here, I don't even know why Kindred was so low, but we were able to bubble her and finish her off. I think he dies here. Yeah. Back on the map, I have Shadow Flame now. This is the standard build I almost always go. Landing any ability at this point is pretty huge. I look for a bubble on TF. As you can see, it hits him. I went for the TF rather than Thresh because he's actually near a wall. I continue fighting, by the way. I pick up the flash that the Thresh used, and then continue rotating, look for another bubble on the Thresh, and we're just able to kill all of these people here because we're able to chase them down. So once again, I have another flash available. I hit it on Jinx, and so both of these people are going to die here. So another fight inside the jungle where I'm landing most of my abilities, and I'm just fishing for bubbles over and over again. They were not fighting around their strongest member either, the Kindred. So the Kindred is the scary person. So I walk up here. I'm waiting for her to back away. Then I R flash to look for a bubble. And because that landed and she has no Merc Treads, she just gets 100 0'd because I'm really fed. When you reach this item threshold, you have enough AP plus enough Magic Pen to be able to just 100 0 squishy people who don't have any MR at all. If she had Merc Treads, she probably would have lived there. Most likely. But yeah, so I had somebody else's flash. I want to be able to use it to look for bubbles. The most important thing is bubbles more than Qs during late game. Qs during team fights obviously matter, but bubbles are the things that are going to give you kills. So using R flash to look for a bubble. And the way that I threw it was I threw it as if she was going to sidestep, because good players, once you start getting to the higher ranks, will almost always try to sidestep it. So you have to predict their sidestep. You can't just throw it in a straight line. So she actually sidestepped into that bubble over here, and we were able to grab that kill because of that. You have to look for them to juke. So I feel very confident this game, so I went for the Medjais. And I would say the game is still relatively even. They can still win this game. There's still players on it that are doing like just fine. Once again, just trying to join as many fights as possible. So I was trying to rotate bot side here to try to help, but nothing really happened. So Dragon is up, right? And we have a Baron ward, so we see that it's not being taken. We're doing it. That's why I'm playing around this side of the map right now. Baron's up. We're gonna do it. When Baron's down, Now we're going to be working our way towards the top side of the map. I have nothing to do right now because Talon is taking bot side and mid lane is being taken. And basically at almost every single point of the game, you should be looking to do something. So I'm just taking Raptors at this point, putting down some vision control that maybe could be used for like picks for bubbles and stuff. But you shouldn't just be always like standing in lane just back here just waiting. You should be doing something. Because everybody's resetting, I can't pressure. So the next thing that we do is we go for the blue buff. The blue buff wasn't spawned yet, so I was waiting for it to spawn while also waiting for them to shove out over here. And then if I step up and do pressure at this moment, the reason why I'm playing so far back is because all of my teammates reset. I would be 1v5 because everybody else is on the map for the enemy. My whole entire team reset, so it would get me killed. So you should never ever go for plays when your team, and that's for every single role. If your teammates are resetting, that's also why split pushing is difficult for people to comprehend. Anyways, I look for bubble here, landed on the Jinx, she flashes away. I actually look for her, but TF's in the way, so I kill him instead. And I play very slowly. I look for bubble, I look for Q, I land it, she ulties, just walk back. Oh, my abilities are coming back up again. I look for bubble, I walk up because I don't know where Trundle is. This guy's looking. I pick up Ghost and Gale Force, and then I start looking again. I land bubble on this guy, I Gale Force into another Gale Force, and then Gale Force again. So I got 2 Gale Forces, we're able to clean up the rest of the kills. So playing super far back, looking for bubbles from far away, using Qs, and then backing away when I don't need to be part of the fight anymore, because if I kept on stepping forward, there's a chance, even though there's a bunch of stuff on the ground, Trundle might be able to kill me. I die very quickly. Just because I'm fed and deal a lot of damage doesn't mean I don't die to literally a single hit, right? I do. You're squishy. So you need to play kind of around your kit. If I was Syndra, maybe Orianna, I can actually keep stepping up. Those are champions with extremely low cooldowns. My cooldowns are low, but it's mostly gated by a bubble. I'm not really somebody who wants to be in their face. I'm somebody who wants to be far away, constantly throwing my abilities at them. Positioning matters, I think, a lot on Zoe. So we have 24 stack Magi. We're doing really solid. And this item has done apparently a bonus 1000 damage. My flash was going to expire there, so I'm just looking for this guy. Now this is important. I look for a Q based off of her trying to juke my ability. Actually, I didn't even know she would Gale Force there. Look for Jinx here. I actually look for Q plus Gale Force, so I killed that guy as well. We'll replay this afterwards, just to show you guys again. Kill the Thresh. I use my real flash here for the TF, and then I have bubble back up again, so I use it on this guy. This guy's actually pretty tanky, so I can't kill him in one go. And then I'm actually I get him with a, I think, red buff there. So we got the Pentakill, and then they FF'd. So I'll just try to go back here to show you guys the breakdown of it. But basically, what happens is Thresh looks for a play on Kindred. I'm paying attention to that. This flash was going to expire, so I actually use it. And I look for bubble thinking she might go this way, but it's also a cutoff bubble. So when he Qs backwards, and I know that it's going to land, I know with my Q here, we're not throwing Q here, right? We're going to throw it where she is at. So we're going to throw it where I think she's going to be while she's stunned, because Pyke's going to hook her back, kind of like if a Blitzcrank hooks. I pick up her Gale Force. I look for a bubble to try to help with this Jinx, but it just barely misses. In this part, I use Q plus Gale Force, so the Q brings her low, then I Gale Force her at the same time, thinking the Q is going to land, so we get that guy. Q comes back up again, Q's on a pretty low cooldown, that guy just dies to like Ignite or something. So I pick up that Thresh's flash to flash over the wall, and then I just use the shield plus the Everfrost here with my own flash to follow up once again. When you use Q flash on Zoe, you should always land the Q because you can do a very like fast Q. You saw that I did Q flash Q, very quick. TF can't react to it, and then we just finish off this guy as well. So we got a pentakill here, and yeah, it was a pretty solid Zoe game overall. So hopefully this helps you guys inside of your Zoe games. I try to make it not 1 hour long with me pausing about every single thing that happens inside of the game, but they FF after this. And yeah, I just wanted to show off what you can do with Zoe and the things that I'm thinking about and what I'm trying to do during laning phase and stuff to make it so I can pop off with this champion. I'll show the damage chart now and stuff. Here's the game. So you can see that the game was actually pretty even up until about 17 minutes into the game, where I got that Kindred kill. Remembered when they were shoving mid with the Rift Herald, and then they the Trundle died, and then I was able to bubble the Kindred. That happened over here. That was when the game started to fall out of control for them. The damage dealt, I did like double damage of everybody else in the game. So solid Zoe gameplay. I hope that this game was educational for you guys and enjoyable to watch, even though it was a different type of video. And as always, see you guys next time. If you liked it, drop a like, and I will probably see you guys streaming. I stream like every day on Twitch, so feel free to follow me on Twitch if you enjoy it. If you enjoy watching the streams. Peace out.